Welcome to GTech. Now we are going to see about very large scale integration and its interview tips. So the first question is as follows. What are the 4 generations of integration circuits? So we have the answers over here. The 4 generation of integrated or integration circuits are LSI, that is large scale integration, SSI, that is small scale integration, MSI, that is medium scale integration, and the final one as VLSI, that is very large scale integration. We'll move on to the next question. Give the variety of integrated circuits. The first one is all about more specialized circuits, and the next one is application specific integrated circuits, that is called as ASIC. So these are the variety specification of the integrated circuit. We'll move on to the next question. What are the type of transistors? CMOS. CMOS is nothing but complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So we got to tell about the type of transistor in terms of CMOS technology providers. The answer is N-type transistors and the P-type transistors. Here we have the next question. What is enhancement mode transistor? The answer is the device that is normally cut off with zero gate bias, which is said to be called as enhancement mode transistors. Here we have the next question. What are the steps involved in twin tub process? The steps that involved in the twin tub process is as follows. The first step is tub formation. The second step is thin oxide construction. The third step is source and drain implantation, and the fourth step is contact cut division, and with the final one as metallization. So these are the steps that are involved in the twin tub process. We'll move on to the next question. What is BICMOS? That is nothing but bipolar complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So what is mean by this BICMOS technology? The answer is it's nothing but a combination of bipolar technology and the complementary metal oxide semiconductor technology. We'll move on to the next question. What are the advantages of complementary metal oxide semiconductor process? The advantages are low power dissipation, high packing density, and the bidirectional capability. Here we have the next question. What is mean by pull down device? The answer is the pull down device is nothing but a device which gets connected so as to pull the output voltage to the lower power supply voltage. So the question is, what is pull down device? pull down device is nothing but a device that is getting to be connected so as to pull the output voltage to the lower supply voltage usually. Apart from that, 0 volt is said to be called as pull down device. Here we have the next question, which is highlighted and asked in interviews of IBM. What are the different operating regions for an metal oxide semiconductor transistor? So the different operating regions are cutoff region, non-saturated region and the saturated region. Let's move on to the next question. What are the uses of stick diagram? The answer is, it can be drawn much easier and faster than a complex layout. And the next usage of stick diagram is all about, these are especially important tools for layout built from large cells. Here we go with the next question. We got to give the various color coding which is used in stick diagram. The answer is green, red, blue, yellow and black. Green is a color code which is used in N diffusion, red for polysilicon, blue for metal, yellow for implant and black for contact areas. Let's move on to the next question. Define threshold voltage in complementary metal oxide semiconductor. The answer for this question is, the threshold voltage V for metal oxide semiconductor transistor can be defined as the voltage applied over it between the gate and the source of the MOS transistor, below in which the drain to source current, that is of IDS, which is said to be called as intrusion detection system, which will be having effectively drops to 0. So this is all about talking about the consideration of threshold voltage in the CMOS, that is called as complementary metal oxide semiconductor. We'll move on to the next question. What is body effect? The answer is, the threshold voltage Vt is not a constant with respect to the voltage difference between the substrate and the source of MOS transistor. This effect is said to be called as substrate bias effect, or else we can say it as body effect. Here we go with the next question. What is meant by latch up? Latch up is a condition in which the parasitic components give rise to the resistance conducting paths between the VDD, that is nothing but voltage drain, and the VSS, that is voltage source. With respect to the disaster scaffold control during fabrication is necessary to avoid these kinds of problems. So this is all about talking about the latch up. We have the next question over here. What is Verilog? Verilog is a general purpose hardware descriptor language. It is similar in syntax to the C programming language. It can be used to model a digital system at many levels of abstraction, ranging from the algorithmic level to the switch level. This was one such question which is highlighted in the interviews of Videocon. Here we have the next question. What are the various modeling which is used in Verilog? The answer is gate level modeling, data flow modeling, switch level modeling and the behavioral modeling. Here we have the next question. The question is as follows: what are identifiers? In terms of VLSI, identifiers are names of modules, variables and other objects that we can reference in a design. Digits starting from the range of 0 through 9 and the underscore character are used in identifiers. Let's move on to the next question. What are the types of gate arrays in ASIC, that is Application Specific Integrated Circuits? The types of gate arrays are channeled gate arrays, channelless gate arrays and structured gate arrays. The next question, give the different symbols for transmission gate. So the answer is, you can find out the different symbols over here of the transmission gates. The next question, what is the full custom ASIC design? In a full custom application specific integrated circuit, an engineer designs some or all the logic cells, circuits or layouts specifically for one ASIC, that is Application Specific Integrated Circuit. It makes sense to take this approach only if there are no suitable existing cell libraries available that can be used for the entire design. So this is all about the full custom of Application Specific Integrated Circuit design. We got the next question over here. What is FPGA? FPGA is abbreviated as Field Programmable Gate Array. So this Field Programmable Gate Array is a programmable logic device that supports implementation of relatively large logic circuits. You can see the depiction of logic circuits over here in terms of FPGA. And apart from that, the FPGAs can be used to implement a logic circuit with more than 20,000 gates, whereas in terms of the CPLD, that is nothing but the complex programmable logic device, can implement circuits of up to the range of about 20,000 equivalent gates. Let's move on to the next question. The question is, what are macros? The answer, the logic cells in a gate array library are often called as macros. The next question is as follows. What are the tests for input-output integrity? The answer is input-output level test, speed test, IDD test. IDD is nothing but interface design document. Here we have the next question. The question is as follows. Mention the ideas to increase the speed of fault emulation. So the ideas in order to increase the speed of fault emulation is parallel simulation, concurrent simulation. Here we have the next question. Mention the common techniques involved in an ad hoc testing. The common techniques are partitioning large sequential circuits, adding test points, adding multiplexers, and the final one is providing for easy state reset. We have the next question. What are the self-test techniques? The self-test techniques are follows. The answer is signature analysis and built-in logic block observer. The second one is memory self-test and the final one is iterative logic array testing. We have the next question over here. What is known as IDDQ testing? IDDQ is abbreviated as Indefinite Delivery, Definite Quantity. The answer is a popular method of testing for bridging faults is said to be called as IDDQ or current supply monitoring. This relies on the fact that when a complementary CMOS logic gate is not switching, it draws no DC current. So DC is direct current, whereas CMOS is nothing but the complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So this is all about proclaiming about the IDDQ. We have the next question over here. What is boundary scan? The answer for the question is the increasing complexity of boards and the movement to technologies like multi-chip modules and surface mount technologies resulted in system designers agreeing on a unified scan-based methodology for testing chips at the board is said to be called as boundary scan. The next question is, what are the contents of the test architecture? The contents are the TAP, that is Test Access Port Interface pins, a set of test data registers, an instruction register, and the final one is the test architecture, that is consisting of the TAP, that is Test Access Port Controller. So these are the contents of the test architecture. Hope you got some idea about VLSI interview tips and the questions. Thank you for watching this from GTech.